What's going on, people? This is Shy Harris of the Rebel Society, and on today's episode of Interviews with the Rebel, I actually sit down with real estate agent Stephen Hargrow, and we talk about everything from him getting started in 2007 to him actually not really going full time with it until a couple years ago, to him actually flourishing and using social media and Facebook ads to really blow up his business. So this is the Stephen Hargrow episode. What's going on, people? This is Shy Harris of the Rebel Society, and today we are doing another edition of Interviews with the Rebel. So the whole purpose of this series is to kind of highlight dope creators and entrepreneurs who are doing things a little bit unconventional, who are doing innovative things within their market to kind of grow their brands. And we're going to talk about exactly what they actually used, or actually the steps they took to actually become the person that they are today. So today we got my man Stephen Hargrow right here. So how's everything going, man?
Everything's good, man.
Cool.
Everything's good.
All right, so I usually try to give a first impression to the people I sit down with. So my first impression of you was, I feel like I met you at the Avalon Christmas party last year.
Yep.
I feel like I heard your name before that, but the one thing that stood out was like they said, you're always selling.
Yes.
Yes. So once I saw that, and then I started following you, and then I already know your wife from doing boxing.
Right.
And we have a mutual friend. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to follow up with him because I feel like he's really about his business. And then once I started following, I saw that like you really out here.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yes.
all right. So for the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so it's got my name, Steve
Yeah.
Hargrow. So
Hargrow.
born and raised from here. Went to Great Bridge High School, went to Old Dominion University. My passion is people, building relationships, and I'm a sales guy.
Okay.
So that's where the selling comes from. They like to say ABC, always be closing. So I love talking to people, love helping people.
Right.
And when I bought my first house, it was actually a terrible experience.
Okay.
The real estate agent didn't do anything. I found the house. I got the inspector for the home inspection, like the necessary steps. I did this. I found my lender.
Right.
And at the end of the whole deal, I asked her, how much did you make off of this deal? And then she told me, and I was like, I need my license. Because I can do it right.
Nothing.
Exactly. You do anything. You got X amount of dollars. If I do it the right way, build a customer experience that people like and want more of and share with their friends, family, relatives, and so forth, that's what I want to do. And it just
kind of stuck from there.
Just stuck from there.
Okay. So first, actually, my icebreaker question. Who is a music artist that you feel like you relate to the most? And not just, music, but even their persona, how they carry themselves, the aesthetic, all that stuff.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay. Why you say that?
First came to mind, that would be him. Great personality, funny guy, likes to have fun. He's a master of his craft. He takes it very serious, but he has fun with it. So I think that's how my approach. I'm very focused, determined when I do my job, but I make sure all my clients have a good time throughout the process.
Okay. So, nobody never said that. So that's interesting. Okay. Most people say like Jay-Z or Rick Ross or something like that, but Jamie Foxx, I could definitely see that. Okay, so you kind of already spoke about your origin story, how you got started. How long have you been in business?
I've actually had my real estate license since 2007. It's over 12 years now.
Okay.
When I first got it, I was working a full-time job. I didn't want to take that leap of faith and let's see what happens.
Right.
'Cause I was making decent money, had a good career in corporate America, as we say.
Okay.
But
what were you doing?
Sales manager,
Okay.
different type of call centers or facilities, running different, all of marketing, anything from lead sourcing generation to timeshare call center. I mean, I was a GM at Bally Total Fitness for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Mostly managing between 20 to 100 different employees at any given time.
Gotcha. Okay. So that first year or so, how much were you bringing in from real estate?
From real estate, when I first got my license, maybe 2 to 5 deals a year. I really just did it. My first deal was a relative, so a family member. My second deal was a family member. A third deal was a close friend. I didn't even think about marketing myself or trying to build a brand or build a business. I really just got it to have it to do on occasion.
Okay.
But that was a long time ago.
Okay. So outside of family and friends, like what were you kind of doing to get new clients?
Then, nothing.
Okay.
Because I had that
You already had
career,
them.
but
Yeah.
as the years go by and I realize what being a business owner can do for you, that's when my whole mentality changed completely.
Really?
Changed completely.
Okay, so what changed or what clicked for you?
What clicked was in today's society, when you're in corporate America, it's not for everyone.
True.
Okay? Everyone has their own secret intentions of what they want to do, whether it's beneficial to you or to the consumer. Like, you never know.
Right.
So I know what I wanted to do and be my own boss, be successful, and help people.
Okay.
And I have real estate is a passion of mine. So let's do it.
Right.
So made it happen, and that's when I made change to my business, and the efforts have definitely paid off.
Okay. So off camera, you mentioned that you really got serious with real estate in the past like 2 years.
A little over 2 years, yep.
Okay. So like, what was the mentality where you felt like like you had your license for since 2007, but what I guess in the past 2 or 3 years where you like, what, I kind of need to go hard with this or put a little bit more energy into this?
Yeah, it was actually I was working for a corporation. I was actually working in Northern Virginia.
Okay.
Still living here.
Okay.
My son was just born, so you can imagine the stress.
Yeah.
But I was commuting. I was there during the week, come home every weekend. So I did that for almost a year.
That has to be rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I came home, I said, "That's it.
Yeah.
That is it." Like being away from family, it made me realize how important family actually truly is.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of time. So I need to get that back, and no better way than to run my own business.
Okay.
You can control your time with your work and your family instead of someone else being on someone else's time.
Right.
So I said I'm going to attack it, and being from this area, from elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I play sports.
A strong network.
Yeah, very strong network.
Yeah.
So that's the number one thing, is to attack your own network or your personal sphere of influence, your circle of friends and family, however you want to call it. So I attacked it. Literally reached out to everyone. Phone calls. I'm calling everyone.
Hold on. So what were you saying? Like, I do real estate. So if you're buying a house.
Yes, and you know what people said? I didn't know you did real estate. I've had my license since 2007. No one ever knew because I never put it out there.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I'm glad. And some people, I'm glad you said it. I'm looking now. It just started spreading like a wildfire.
Okay.
And then once you make those phone calls, social media.
Okay. So you just kind of like built your brand up there a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay.
And then from there, when I say took off, Shad.
Really?
Yes, took off.
Okay. All right. So since at the moment that you really got, where things started to really take off, what were some mistakes that you made?
Mistakes. So I made some mistakes in where I spent money.
Okay.
So nothing's free.
Right.
You say Facebook's free and Instagram's free, but if you wanted to go to everyone besides the people that you follow, you got to pay.
Yeah, you got to run those ads.
Yeah, run those ads.
Yeah.
So I ran ads, choosing different demographics here and there, and I didn't see a return. Right. So that's money wasted.
Right.
Until I'm not gonna say I developed an algorithm because I didn't, but I just played around with it until I figured it out. Until I see my results coming in. And I figured it out. So now I have a target audience I use for all my paid ads. Where I guarantee
you run a lot of paid ads?
Every transaction I do, I run at least 3 paid ads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing anywhere between 5 to 10 paid ads every 2 weeks.
Okay. I didn't know you actually did it.
Yeah, I mean, because the posts are identical. So if you follow me, my paid ads, they're the same.
Okay.
I try to make it simple for myself so I know which ads are working, which ones aren't.
Okay. Okay, so speaking of which, because like I said, I didn't know that. And I'm really big on that. So like, what was your mindset was like when you started running those, like, I just need to get out in front of more people, or were you just saying like, I see a lot of people doing it, let me kind of.
No, this was all about getting engaged with more customers.
Okay.
Getting in front of is great, but if they're not engaging me, it doesn't matter. It's a waste of money. Right, I want engagement. And a lot of times I would post, I'll get likes. Likes give me nothing.
Yeah.
I need a comment, a question,
People to hit the link in your bio to
exactly.
get a lead or something like that.
Exactly. So that's where a lot of my focus went to my paid ads.
Okay. So with running paid ads for real estate, what advice would you give somebody who's trying to figure that out? Like if I was just jumping into real estate today and I'm like, you know what, I'm trying to get into real estate, but I'm also trying to run paid ads to kind of grow my business. What advice would you give me?
I would tell you to know what demographic you're trying to reach and focus on that first before you expand to other outside of that.
Right.
'Cause if you just stay in a box, you're capping yourself on what you do.
True.
But in order to get outside your box, you got to fill your box.
Yeah.
Get that going. Get comfortable in what you're doing.
I like fill your box.
And then go out.
Yeah.
And then it's uncapped.
Right.
Because I started in a box. Circle, friends, family. I capped.
Yeah.
Let me see what else is out there. Boom, boom, boom. It's like domino effects.
Okay.
If you just try, like I saw people in the game, they just, let me try all of this at once. You don't know what works if you do that.
Right.
You need to try different things at a time. Does it work? No? All right, try something else. This works great. Keep doing that. Now build off of that.
Add on top of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So would you feel like, because with social media and we're running ads, you're pretty much running like a content game. So you got to continue to put out content of what you're doing. So what piece of content do you feel like work for real estate agents?
I think different content works for different people.
Okay.
And my content's not the same. If you do follow me, you will notice I use a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm a funny guy. I like to have fun, so I like to make people laugh, and hopefully my clients do too. So I think me personally, if I make people laugh, it gets them engagement.
Right.
So, but I do have serious posts too to try to educate people on how that market's doing, how the area is doing. So different strokes for different folks.
Right. True.
But I like the memes work for me. I'm not gonna say they work for everybody.
Yeah, because I've seen some people will just have the phone in their hand as they do home inspections or walkthroughs and stuff like that, and it seemed like that worked for them. So I guess pretty much just depending on your personality, you can find your vibe of what works for you and what people engage with.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So you mentioned that you spent years wasting money, or that's one of your biggest mistakes. You waste a lot of money. So
Actually, I have another one.
okay, what's up?
Another one. So I've had my license since 2007. So hearing people in the business, go here,
Right.
and I've had my license with different firms.
Okay.
I mean, Wainwright, Long and Foster, Rosen Womble, Century 21,
Okay.
Exit Realty, Chantel Ray, and now Avalon Real Estate.
Right.
So being somewhere because people say is a terrible idea.
Okay.
Now you should actually go interview these brokers, these firms.
Okay.
It's not. They may think it's like they're interviewing you, but that's not true.
You're interviewing them.
You are interviewing them 100%. Do you want to be there? Do you feel comfortable in this place? I made that mistake. I didn't. Oh, people said this is good. I make great money here. Okay, I'll go too.
Yeah.
Do not do that. Terrible mistake.
So I'm guessing there's benefits working with different real estate firms.
Everyone's different. Everyone learns differently. So I'm a hands-on guy. I learn very, very fast. Some people need to learn in a classroom, or need that, like need a tutor.
Yeah.
I didn't need that. So different firms offer different things. You have to find what works for you by interviewing these brokers and these firms to see what they do, how they train their agents, how will it benefit you as a person, and then you as a professional.
Okay.
Don't just go because my friends are here. I'm gonna go here.
Or this company has a big name right now, so let me go over there.
Correct. They can have their big name.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make money?
That's a key question.
Yeah. That's so.
All right. So what is something that you spent money on that has given you the most return?
Facebook
ads.
Facebook.
Really? Okay.
And business cards.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you meet and greet. You got to talk to people.
True.
And you can't be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah.
So I have a business card on me at all times.
Okay.
I don't care where I'm at.
I can see that because I'm actually in between business cards right now, and everywhere I go, it seems like people are like, "Yo, you got a business card?" And I'm like,
And you don't want to be
in between.
And you know what people think when you say that?
They unprofessional.
Unprofessional, not serious, not successful.
Right.
If you're successful, you got a business card.
True.
I'm about to invest in something special. I'm not gonna say on camera what it is, but it's a special type of card.
Okay.
Coming soon.
Okay. I definitely got to see that when you drop that in.
I got you.
All right. So, besides, just running ads, are you doing anything else to kind of get your name out there?
Well, I am lucky enough that my name is out there.
Yeah.
Again, I'm local.
Right.
I think it's more difficult for people to come here, like to move here from another state and try to build that network. I already have the network.
Or if you just don't have friends.
Or friends, yeah. If you're not social.
Yeah.
I am social.
Right.
I was always on the scene.
Okay.
So I mean, I love people. I love talking to people. I love helping people. So I use those gifts, we'll call them, about myself to build a network and to help people find their homes or sell their homes.
Okay. All right. So I'm real big into I feel like there's a blueprint for, success for pretty much any type of career industry. Like for what I do, which is digital marketing, for me to get clients, which I feel like works for anybody, is like to kind of tell your story, put out content, and find ways to network.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So with what you do, what do you feel like is the blueprint to be a successful real estate agent?
You have to be good with people, number one.
Okay.
You have to be able to talk and relate to people. You have to be focused. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna go do real estate," and they don't have a plan. Right. You got to have a plan. I literally wrote down goals for myself. Like, here's what I need to do this month, this week, today. For the year, I should be finished with this many deals, this much money. Like, you got to have a plan.
Yeah, true.
And then once you have your plan, you actually got to do the work. It's not easy.
A lot of people don't want to do that work, man.
You're right, they don't. Yeah. And that's the problem. Yeah. They think they can just say, I got my license and here comes all the leads, here comes all.
It don't happen like that.
It does not happen like that.
All right. As far as marketing, is there something that, you would suggest? Because you mentioned something off camera. I don't know if that's something that you kind of want to put out there as far as, how you're getting leads. Would you suggest something like that for people?
I think yes, lead generation, we'll just call it that, is very important in this business.
Do you get solid leads through that?
The more money you spend, the more solid the leads.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different ways to get leads. Yeah. Okay.
And for people that, since we ain't really set it up right, but are you talking about like homes.com and stuff like that?
It can be homes.com, realestate.com, Zillow, Trulia, and there's other things besides those. Those are just the most popular ones. Right. There's other ways to get your leads. But again, the most expensive leads are the best leads. You pay for what you get in anything in life. True. But if you don't know how to work the lead, you're wasting money. Okay. And lead generation is expensive. It's not a cheap thing.
I bet. So what is the best way to work a lead when it doesn't come, I guess, directly to you? Because to me, I feel like it would be better, like an easier sale or an easier way to get clients if somebody say, hey, I want to work with you on kind of getting it. But if it's like just a random, like, hey,
Yeah, I mean, those are a tougher lead, especially if they didn't contact you directly. They went onto a website of some sort, and you now have their information. Who is this strange person reaching out to me? Yeah. So you really have like 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds to win them over on a phone call to have them continue the process. Not necessarily mean they're going to buy with you, but at least to get past that 30 seconds where now I'm going to talk to you. To go from there. 30 seconds. That's what you get. Okay. If you win them over from there, then you have to keep them. So you need to be able to relate, like I mentioned earlier. Know how to talk to people. Find out their wants, their needs, what drives them, what motivates them, and translate that into a home search. These are different aspects. Everyone's different, so you can't have the same approach. Right. Because you may like me to say, like you may like this, where this other person may say, he may like clapping. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So you just have, being a good judge of people's character is, I think, a plus, which I think I have.
And you have to do that all in 30 seconds on a phone call.
30 seconds, man. I went through where, hey, there, this is Steve, and click. Like, okay, let me try something different. Right. Hello, this is Steve N. I mean, well, let's get this person. Once I hear their voice, I try to figure out, is this an older person, younger person, male, female, and see maybe my approach should be different based on what I hear. Right. And that has started working for me.
That sounds tricky, yeah.
It is very tricky.
Your mind has to be like light speed.
Yeah. I mean, you can't have it like, a lot of people, like, again, I've ran call centers, different type of sales groups and organizations. And the common thing people like to say when they're not performing is, I don't know what's different. I did the same thing on every call. I did the same thing with every customer.
Right. That's
the problem.
True. Okay.
There's a phrase I literally live by, and if any of my friends or close friends are watching this, they can. When I say, they'll say, he says this all the time. Yeah. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're doing the same thing every day, okay. If you're doing the same thing every single day, your results should be like the same, right? Yeah. However, you're talking to different people.
True.
You can't say the same thing to this person to that person. Right. It's not. You won't get the same reaction or the same result. So you have to make changes to show proof, to get growth, improvement, whatever the case may be. You got to have a change.
Okay.
Change is good. Change is growth. They call it growing pains for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As somebody that has worked in the call center, I worked in the call center for like 10 years.
Okay.
And you did that, plus you also did a lot of sales. What have you taken away from, working in call centers or working in sales that has applied towards, real estate? And I'm guessing it's the sales, but.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is a sales transaction. So, I mean, it's a lot of give and pull. So through the years of working in call centers and sales, I mean, keys to take away, I would say, would be being able to relate. Like I've mentioned, like I think this is the third time now I said that. Being able to relate to your clients, building rapport. Okay. These are things, if you were in a call center, you know about. Making these customers like you.
Okay.
Trust. Confidence. Those are my top 5. I could probably give you a whole list more, but definitely those are my top 5.
Okay.
I mean, there's a phrase in sales like if customers like you, they buy from you.
True.
So like I've actually won a lot of clients because they hated their previous realtor real estate agent.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Bad experiences that someone says, well, you should call Steve. He'll take care of you. Yeah. They call me and they tell me, Steve, you're the exact opposite of what we just experienced. Right. And that makes me feel good.
Yeah,
most
definitely.
It's all about the customer experience. I'm only happy when my customers are happy with their home.
All right, so where can people find you at, man?
You can find me on Instagram, Sold by Steven, VA. You can find me on Facebook, Stephen Hargrow. I try to keep it simple with my name. Those are my most popular too. If you do Facebook business, it's Stephen Hargrow with Avalon Real Estate. That's my firm I'm with. Shout out to Fred.
Shout out to Fred.
Yeah, man. Great broker. Great broker.
Yeah. I had him up here before too, so.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, good guy. Real good guy. So that's the easiest way. Call me on my cell, 757-435-4385. Emails my name, steven.hargrow@gmail.com.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so.
All right, cool. Cool.
Just reach out to Shad, he can get me.
Yeah. I'll pass on the message. I'll forward the email or something. So once again, I appreciate you for being a part of this, man. It was a good conversation. I know you're busy, so got a lot going on. So, but definitely appreciate it. And you can find me everywhere at Shad Harris, as well as ShadHarris.com, as well as the Rebel Society, which is my marketing company that we do digital media marketing for unconventional and innovative brands and creatives. So that's that. And once again, this is Interviews with a Rebel. And good day, good evening, good night, and we're out.